Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Vic Henley's here. He'll be at the Cleveland Improv December 19th through 22nd. San Antonio, LOL, December 26th to January 1st for New Year's. You know, you got me thinking about it. We were talking more during the commercial about the guy who ran down Bo Jackson with the mullet. He's got a mullet.
He does,
and he's doing people's carpets, Stanley Steamer. He's
red-haired mullet. Red-haired mullet. Red-headed mullet.
Tell you what, red-haired mullet. The guy was obviously fast as a mother effer, man. Who cares? It's a red-haired mullet.
Still getting laid in trailer parks around Northeast Alabama.
Yeah, I would
year.
do it. I know.
Right.
It didn't matter that he had a great angle.
No.
And that Bo
You're not gonna
was
bring up
slowing
that.
down. That Bo had two blown out ankles himself.
Some chick who needs her rug clean isn't going to bring up the angle.
Exactly. No, I know.
They don't know. She wasn't at the game.
That sort of thing never goes away. That sort of thing never goes away. That's what we were talking about during the break.
What do you mean?
I know a guy, Randy Jordan, who hawked down Deion Sanders from behind. Great angle
Right.
on Deion Sanders. Caught a punt in Dallas.
Yeah.
I missed him horribly. And he took it down to the 2-yard line, got hawked by Randy Jordan, who dove and tackled him from behind. No one ever forgot
Well,
it. I bet Randy Jordan played longer than he should have in the league because people thought he was faster than he was.
I agreed with you.
They say, well, you know, Bo Jackson ran a 4.140. I never heard of that.
And he was 235, 240?
I still like, he high jumped 7 feet.
Yeah.
A 6 foot.
Probably without ever practicing
doing the Fosbury
technique.
Flop. But that beast of a 6'2", 230 rock sculpture. Can't picture that Fosbury flop in 7 foot in the 11th grade?
Yeah.
In the 11th grade. Everybody else was still doing the scissor jump. Remember? They're still doing the scissor jump in the 11th grade.
When you look at the injury that took him out, it's not a hit. It's not. I mean, he just sort of he went down wrong on his foot.
Well,
I mean, it's crazy.
Well, he kind of pulled his own hip out of
And
the
then put it back in.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They put it back in too
The
fast.
power to pull your own hip out of its socket.
Yeah.
I believe George Brett said that they're like, what's one of the weirdest things? And he said when somebody swings and misses, his first day in Royals camp in spring training, he missed 3 in a row.
Right.
And George Brett said it was the loudest whoosh sound. He goes, it was like a sword going through the wind. And George Brett said, I've been playing ball 15 years at this point. I've never heard a whoosh on a miss.
Right.
He goes, that was the greatest miss sound I had ever
George
heard.
Brett to say that.
Exactly.
Totally. I mean, that's something else. So you still go to all the Auburn games?
I try to go 2 games a year.
2 games a year.
So I went to see them kill Arkansas State earlier in the year, and then I went to the Alabama game at the end of the year.
So do you still do a lot of colleges with your stand-up?
No, I haven't. No. As soon as I got old and mean like you,
they don't care.
They gave up on both of us. They gave up on both of us.
They do. No, they don't like that. They like the.
They want young and friendly. They don't want to hear that. Why does the Eagles circle the stadium above the Auburn game? Because we took Bear Bryant's corpse and made jerky. We made jerky out of his corpse. That's why the Eagles say no. They don't want to hear that.
That's true. They do like everything's overly friendly and like.
No, it's totally. It's parents and family. It's okay to say Obama's the N-word. That's that's fine. That's fine. But other than that, it's all 50 states apparently. All 50 states. If you come out with the wheels on the bus and screw the president, then that's fine, totally.
Wow.
What do you think is going to be Obama's legacy? Do you think it's going to be like
he lived through 2 terms and didn't get killed by all the racist people that wanted him to die? That was going to be the hands for me.
That's true. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who thought Joe Biden was going to be president.
No, my 2 weeks into my ex-wife was from New Jersey, and we were going home to Alabama, and he'd just been elected for 2 weeks, and she goes, "It's not that bad anymore." And I go, "I guarantee you, in 15 minutes, you're going to hear somebody say something horrible." And I stopped at the grocery store to get wine to go to my mom's house, and 2 hillbillies checking out right in front of us went, "That son of a bitch ain't got 6 months. He'll be dead."
He'll be dead. It's still that bad.
It's horribly.
It's still 1930 in a lot of areas.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, the literacy's decreased, so it's 1927.
That is scary, man. That is scary.
Hey, I don't. No kidding. And this is. I have put this in my show.
Go ahead.
And I'm not one of these guys that comes in here and does my act.
Of course, no.
I verbatim. Last time I was home 2 months ago, ordered Caesar salad, Outback Steakhouse, and the waitress said, "The cook said we're out of Caesar leaves."
No.
Yes. And yeah, I'm not. Again, he can tell you, I'm not one of these guys.
No.
I don't come in here and do my act. I'm a good radio guest.
Right, sure.
But that's what he knows. Sometimes
That's astonishing.
Sometimes we have an idea and we have to work on it and make it funny. And sometimes an idiot flies in on a Pegasus unicorn with a Hobbit glittering rainbows and says, "The cook said we're out of Caesar leaves." And I went, "Romaine?" And she went, "I don't know. He just said to tell you we're out of Caesar leaves."
Yeah, no. Sometimes they write your act for you. There's no way.
Once a year you get
There's
a
no way
goodie.
to punch that
Once
up.
a year, once a year you get a. No, you can keep your health care plan if that's what you want. It's fine. But once a year it works out.
We got to take another break, and we will finish this up with Vic Henley after this. Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Vic Henley here. So your brothers were the oldest was 12 years older than you, and then what was it after that?
7 years older.
7
yeah,
and you, okay.
Yeah, right. So
And the 12-year-old was the one. 12 years older was SEC guy.
All American, yeah.
All American.
Then the middle one went there. He broke all of his records in high school, and
That's amazing.
And then got down there and couldn't get past the 3 future All Pros.
Right.
So
it all depends on who you run into, I guess. You know?
everybody's all stayed in the SEC.
Yeah, exactly.
And at a lot of major colleges, not just the SEC, but when a lot of guys realize, oh, I'm the man in Podunk, and then I get down to, oh, everybody's all state.
It's like a cute blonde in L.A. Well, we get it. Yeah. We all moved here.
Exactly.
Now what?
Yeah, you haven't been to
difference
Simi
then-
Valley.
Yeah. The difference then is how you deal with some, failure, kind of.
Absolutely.
You come
Right,
in
you gotta,
and
then it's the mental part.
And can
Yeah.
you adjust your game to make yourself viable? Because
Right.
you have to do something to separate yourself, right?
And a lot of the old school meanness, the old mean, like my brother's freshman year, my older brother's like, he came home for Christmas and told my mother, I don't think I can go back. I've met the meanest man ever.
Right.
And it was the offensive line coach. It wasn't even his coach.
Oh,
It was just
really?
and then 2 years later, he's like a father figure. He's the greatest man.
Yeah, I know, and that's not even the
It's
people.
that crazy military almost like.
get brainwashed.
Right, like the
it's-
Marine sergeant,
it's
drill
certainly-
sergeant.
No, it's totally, really interesting.
Yeah, because I had even being from Jersey, it's not nearly what you were from, but Union, my high school was pretty good in football to the point we were number 3 in the country my senior year in USA
wow.
Today.
Yeah.
And, we had a running back, this kid, Tony Stewart, was like a young Eric Dickerson, man, ran like the wind, never got a full ride to Iowa, and, his senior year blew out his knee, it's because, and that's the
In
other thing.
college or-
Yeah, in college, in Iowa.
man.
That's the other thing. Then you get talk about injuries. That's
There's
the other
so
part
many
that can get
guys-
you. There's so many things that can get you, man.
So many guys who never make it to the league who are better than what you see on the field on Sunday.
Oh, you see the
just so
crazy-
much circumstance.
Well, all of
between
it. Mike Henley, my brother, he only played 6 games his senior year. He got his shoulder separated, and he was averaging 13 yards a carry. He had 21 touchdowns in 6 games and ran for 270. And they all the backs went D1, crazy, and then none of them materialized into anything. And
Right.
it's just you never know with injuries and different things who's in
well,
front
and
of
you
and
never know
crazy.
how you're going to continue to
Yeah,
develop. A lot of
absolutely.
times,
Yeah.
guys, their ceiling is hit when
Right.
they're
Yeah,
a senior in high
yeah,
school.
yeah.
The guys who make it to Sundays are guys who continue to grow and get faster and stronger and work themselves into just a physical oddity.
Well, that's my older brother said. Pat Sullivan won the Heisman. He was a senior. My brother was a junior. And Pat Sullivan kept telling him, you better get a lot better because I'm graduating.
Right.
Next year, they're just going to give it to you. You better get a lot better.
You
He's
gotta
like,
get.
okay, all right.
You just reminded me of something Keith Jackson used to always say when he was doing college football. He go, "This guy is going to be playing in that Sunday league."
Straight there. Oh, Nelly.
Well, what do you think would have happened if Bo Jackson said F baseball, just did football full time and never got hurt? Do you think he would have been the best ever?
Oh, who knows, man?
I really do think.
I know
that.
he would have led. Yeah, well, you never know with in football more injuries maybe than baseball, but he certainly might. But he could have been an Earl Campbell.
Yeah.
He could have had 5 great years, and
That's
then that's
right.
it, and then you're beat to death. It's a brutal game.
I just
And
saw
that's the thing. His style, his running style.
Yeah, he's not a
It wasn't
out of bounds.
quite.
It was like
on
Earl Campbell, yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
quite on Earl Campbell's level, but because he was faster and he didn't have to do that all the
Right.
time. But still, he took a
But in that,
pounding.
yeah, exactly.
That Bosworth play, you talk about living with stuff forever. They really claim that ended.
He drove him into B movies. He knocked his ass into bad film. He knocked his ass into bad movies. That's how hard he hit.
Yeah.
That's a great
You're
line.
now working with Roger Corman. That's how much. That's how hard he just hit you.
That's a great line. That's a great line.
So, sometimes I ad lib good, Artie. That's why I'm a good guest
I know.
on this show. But Shetty, write that down.
That'll be. You know what? A
He's also a good ad-lib.
A mangled,
Oh, no, he is. That's
a
why I said
mangled
that.
version of that'll be on Opie and Anthony.
No.
I tell you, he drove his ass into a movie. He tackled him to the zone. He goes to drive-in movies. All right, Vic Henley, the Cleveland Improv, December 19th through the 22nd. San Antonio, LOL, December 26th through January 1st, New Year's Eve. Thanks, buddy.
No, thanks, guys.
Come back anytime.
No,
The great
good to see you,
Vic
Ricky.
Henley.
Thanks, guys.
And back after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.